Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome to Sunrise Small Talk episode number 46. Today we're going to be talking about Social Security, some of the proposals that are on the table as we approach the election, and then I'm going to cap it off with a little bit about identity theft. So here we go. Hamilton Morales, Social Security expert. I had the privilege of being on a call with him yesterday morning, talking about some of the proposals that are on deck as we approach election season, and a little bit of trivia. So some things that he pointed out. I feel like I am reading you a storybook right now. So a couple things that were interesting. 2035, that's the year the Social Security Fund will be depleted as it stands today, which means benefits will only be paid from taxpayer withholdings that are coming into the system. Right now, $3,822 per month is the most you can get from Social Security. So if you're collecting that, congrats, you won the game. Before I dive into some of these proposals, a little piece of education. Is Social Security taxable? Yes, it can be. Got the cars out. If this is you, if this is your income, no, not taxed. If this is you, if this is your income, a little bit bigger, some of it could be taxed. And if you have a little more income, then 85% of your Social Security benefit will be taxed. This is about $44,000 of income. That is pretty much everybody that I work with. So some of the proposals have to do with that. That's why I wanted to point out that piece of education. So one of the proposals, number one, is no tax. So regardless of how big your car is, how much money you make, no taxation on your Social Security benefits. Pretty cool. Another proposal that is somewhat middle ground here would be limited taxation. These cars, these income bands were set up in the 80s and the 90s. They have not adjusted since then, so they're completely out of date. So one of the proposals is, well, let's take our largest car, $44,000, increase that dollar amount. So unless you're making, I don't know what the number is, $75,000, then your Social Security will not be taxed. Something like that. Last one, an earnings cutoff. So this is actually something the Social Security chief has talked about. And what I'm talking about when I say an earnings cutoff, it would be removing the earnings cutoff. At about $163,000 of income, married filing jointly, you no longer pay into Social Security. You pay 6.2%, whatever it is, up to that $163,000. After that, you don't pay in anymore. So the Social Security chief has said, let's get rid of that cap, have everybody pay into the Social Security fund regardless of income. So a lot of ideas. Of course, we're going to talk about Social Security because it's an election year, and then we're not going to talk about it again for 2 years. Then I'll do another video in 2 years, and I'll probably say these same things because nothing ever seems to happen, especially lately. We have quite a bit of gridlock right now. Last thing, really quickly, identity theft. This was crazy. As I was kind of writing out my notes and getting my cards and deciding what I wanted to talk about today, I got an email, and it went to one of my junk email accounts. That pretty much everything that goes into that is junk. This is from the Center of Social Security Administration Services 152-65890. If you pull up the email address itself, it's actually ihackeypatty963@gmail.com. That's probably not the real email for the Social Security Administration. Also, I don't think they email you. The IRS will never call you or email you, by the way. If you ever get a call from the IRS, it's not the IRS. They knock on your door if they need you. And here's what the letter says. Basically, it says they're revoking my Social Security number. Can you revoke a Social Security number? How does that work? And here's why. Three counts. I did three things wrong. The grammar and the layout of this doesn't even make sense. I didn't see that third one. So number one, drug trafficking. Number two, funds laundering. And number three, theft by deception. I guess that's it for me. My Social Security number is being revoked. Watch out for this stuff. There are scams all over the place. I've seen so many, and I feel like there's been an uptick in the last year. Some things that this one didn't look legit at all. Wasn't worried about that one, but some that have been pretty legit. I got a phone call from my bank, First Bank, Colorado, 1-800-964-3444. Called me from that number. When I answered, there was an individual, and it was a complete scam. How they called me from the First Bank number, I have no idea, but they did. So with that, have a great day. I'm going to get back to my to-do list so I can hopefully take the afternoon off. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you soon.